for tuning into Eskimo TV. I'm your host, Jason Escamilla, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Darkest Minds, which should have been called The Boring Minds because I was so bored during this movie. I continuously kept checking my watch because this movie did not engage me in the slightest bit. I felt from the very beginning like I was drinking water out of a fire hose. There was just so much stuff going on that I didn't care about the characters or what was happening to them. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but literally, like, so many big events that could have had a moment for us to feel something, I just didn't, because it was all happening so quick and they were trying to get to a certain point. And I get that this is an adaptation from a young adult novel, but it just didn't work on film. As someone who has not read the book, I just thought like it was way too much happening, way too fast. From the beginning, there's just a lot of events that occur. The movie is set up as a world traumatic experience happens where kids all over the world begin to die, and the ones that survive seem to pose a threat to the rest of the world. Kids are coded based on what level of threat they possess, and our main character, whose name is Ruby, is the highest level of a threat to the world. She can control what people do just by looking at them, and so the government does not want someone with that ability to be able to go around and do those types of things. So Ruby teams up with other teenagers that have these supernatural powers, and together they try to stop the government from coding these kids based on the abilities that they have, and even executing some of the more powerful ones like Ruby. So my main problem with this movie is I just did not care about the characters, and that maybe I'm just a mean person, but I think that they didn't have anything at the beginning of the film that drew me in to want to see these characters win. There was so much of a suspension of disbelief that I was not buying anything that was going on, any of the characters that were saying what they were saying. Everything felt very forced, like an adult wrote it to make the characters just do what the plot called for. And I was very bored during this movie. I do think that the movie has a lot of creative elements. That is a very unique situation. What do we do if kids all over the world begin to die and the kids that are left begin to possess powers that are really crazy, some even dangerous? And what do you do if those powers fall into the wrong kids' hands? How do you stop that? I think that the premise was very creative. I think that the execution and us feeling anything towards the characters was not done very well at all, and because of that I had a very boring experience watching this movie, and I can't say that I would recommend watching Darkest Minds. There's so many other better options in movie theaters right now. I would definitely skip this movie. And with that being said, I'm gonna give The Darkest Minds a D-. That's what I thought about this movie. Sorry if you were looking forward to it. If you like young adult novels, you might like this movie. If you like the original novel, maybe this will be something that you want to see happen on screen. And maybe some of the things that I didn't find very interesting, maybe you'll find interesting because you have a better connection to the character after reading the book. For me, this was not my cup of tea. Thank you for choosing to tune into Eskimo TV. I love talking about movies, but I love having a conversation with you. And so if you have an opinion, whether it's the same or different, whether it's the same or different, leave a comment below. And if you like what you saw here today, be sure to subscribe for more icy and chilly Eskimo TV reviews.